I'm Ginny Just.
And I'm Beth Soboloff, and we're
Two Grannies on the Road.
Welcome back to Two Grannies on the Road. This is our 5th show, and we're having a lot of fun with it.
Well, yes, but we're curious about how the show is being received in the community. We'd really love to get some feedback from the viewers.
Yeah, we'd like to know, are you finding it entertaining or is it boring? Is it informative or so what? Can you relate or are we missing the mark? Do we have spinach between our teeth?
We would really appreciate it if you would take a moment to send us your comments via the contact form on our website, which is at twogranniesontheroad.com/contact-us. And thank you for helping us provide you with better programming.
So today we have Dennis Blanchard with us. Dennis lives in Bridgewater, Massachusetts. He's a baby boomer who spent most of his career in computer programming. Dennis, we're so happy to have you today.
Well, thanks for having me.
Dennis, can you tell us about your career path and what changed 6 years ago?
Well, first of all, I was a teacher for a little while, but I couldn't afford to live on a teacher's salary as I just gotten married. And so I had an opportunity to work in an office, in a buying office, and that was fine for a couple of years. But then I noticed that the systems people were a lot more relaxed and happy than my department, so I ended up training for that and became a programmer, and that's what I did until I was laid off just before retirement time.
Oh, gee.
So so I had to do something, and I always did magic part-time throughout my computer career, mostly working in restaurants, so like once a week, doing magic and a few birthday parties now and then. But then I decided to go full-time with magic, and it's been working out now, so it's been a lot of fun.
Good.
So how did you change that passion that you have for magic into an actual second career?
Well, what I had to do was I had to figure out a way of marketing it better. And I tried different venues. Instead of just doing birthday parties, I was doing grown-up anniversary parties and that sort of thing, birthday for adults, wedding receptions, and different types of things like that, holiday parties. So I advertised, got a website, and the word got out slowly. But I still need to do some more and better marketing, which I've been doing more lately now, trying some new things. But you have to work at it, selling it. It's a hard sell to do, because people have a misconception about magic. It's just for kids and all that, but it really isn't, you know.
All right.
Absolutely not.
Well, what challenges did you face starting a new business as a baby boomer?
Well, first of all, I was wondering if I was too old to get started in a business seriously. But that's not true. No one is really too old to start a business. But that was the first concern I had. And then most of the challenge was to change people's mindset, at least for my target audiences, that it wasn't just a frivolous thing for kids or just for birthday parties, you know. And that was the challenge, because I really wanted to make it seem more like an art form and more of a performing art. One of the ways I did that was dress differently. Like when I went for interviews for a company or for a restaurant, I would dress in a suit or even a tuxedo, for maybe a wedding is coming up, and I would dress up for grown-ups. I hope that would help sell it too, you know, and talk about the things that magic is like for grown-ups that's different than it is for kids.
So tell us more about your actual business model. So what do you do? What kind of events do you do?
Well, right now I'm in 3 restaurants. I'm actually here locally in West Bridgewater at the Boston Tavern. I'm there on Thursdays, so come on down if you want to see some magic on a Thursday at the Boston Tavern. And the 2 other restaurants, it's one in Medway and one in Ashland. And but besides that, I've also do lately assisted living, senior centers. I find that's a good venue, something different for the seniors, and they always want to see something different at their events. Most of the places have a monthly event, and there's a lot of places that I can perform at. And I'm still doing kids' parties as well, and I do balloon animals as well too, like a fall festival, that sort of thing. I would do that. But I've done Sweet 16 parties, bar mitzvahs, that sort of thing as well. And some company parties. There's a lot of holiday parties where they have entertainment, and they have a variety of entertainment. I would be just one of the acts, you know. So, and I've done like Bloomingdale's, Honeywell, Jordan's Furniture, you know, a lot of big companies for their holiday parties.
So can you show us some of your tricks?
Why, certainly. Well, I'll show a couple of things that I do mostly at a restaurant. I do mostly close-up. Achoo! Sorry, I'm allergic to donuts.
Where did that come from?
I sneezed it. No, I did that at Dunkin' Donuts. I'll put that away. I did that at Dunkin' Donuts. They didn't think it was funny, you know. I said, "Can I have a coffee?" And achoo! Never mind, got my own. They didn't even laugh, so that's all right. That's okay. Well, I'll show you something a little different. I don't just do card tricks. I do coin tricks, rope tricks. I do some levitation things, some mind reading type of magic. So this is not a card trick, although it looks like one, doesn't it? It actually uses cards to do an illusion. It's a card illusion. And I'll show you how that works. These are, I hope you can see all this. This is a queen, and this is a queen, two queens. What I want to do with these queens is I want to have them face each other, and when they face each other and move fast, they start to melt. It's quite an illusion, and I'll show you that. So we'll take one out, have it face the other one like so. Now, they have to kind of move around fast, and when they slow down, they start to melt together. Can you see that melting?
Wow.
And those are really stuck together. So it's kind of hard to get them apart, but it can be done. Just kind of pull them just right, and they come apart. And you check those out, make sure those are real cards and everything.
They're real.
Oh.
You got to taste it too.
I got other things in my pocket. Well,
Wow.
I'll do one another card trick too as well. This is one of my favorite tricks, and I think it might even fool Penn and Teller. That show Fool Us, Penn and Teller.
Mm-hmm.
These I'll shuffle up. Now this is the most impossible card trick that I know. Would you mind helping me?
I'll help you.
Just take a card out, any one you want.
Okay, you're going to see it, obviously.
It's clubs, right? No. No, that wasn't it. No, I wanted you to have a free choice. That was a free choice. You feel
Yes.
comfortable with the 7 of clubs?
Sure.
Because we're going to do something with it, but we're not going to actually guess it. I mean, we could have guessed it, but it's not necessary for this trick. And just say stop anywhere you
Stop.
want and put it back. Now, obviously, it's in the middle. I don't have to guess it. It's in there somewhere. This is not a guessing card trick. But actually, what else could you possibly do with a card if you're not going to guess it, right? Well, you can make it vanish, make it appear somewhere else in the room. So we'll try that. Nothing up my sleeves, right?
Right.
Because you
No,
don't
I-
have sleeves.
I have to, you know, in the wintertime, I have to wear short sleeves. Because they always accuse you, it went up your sleeve. But I don't have anything, right?
Right.
It will now vanish from the deck. Okay, you probably don't believe that, but I have to prove it, right? Now, no, it's not in the box. Was that what you were thinking?
Yeah.
Well, that's impossible. That would be like the most impossible card trick there is.
Yeah.
I mean, it has to jump from the cards to the box, right?
Yeah.
Okay, now it's in the box.
How did you do that?
Don't you
can't
wish you
tell
had
it.
$1 for every time somebody said that to you?
Why, I'd be rich, wouldn't I? So that's kind of fun to do. But you know, it helps to be a magician when you go shopping. You know
Yeah.
that? Yeah, I mean, if you're ever short on cash, right?
You just create it?
Yeah, you can just snap your finger. Well, I'll show you that. I actually do that. Again, they don't always think it's funny at the register. So I'll show you. This is it's just a trick with some dollars. And I did this, actually, it's a true story. I did this at Target recently. And I needed $20 at the register. And as you can see, I only have $5. So I said to the cashier, you know, I'm a magician. And she said, you know, I don't care. She did, she said that. I had to snap my fingers real quick so I could have $20.
Oh my gosh.
But it's not really 20. It's actually all the ones are turned to 20. It's $100 on both
Wow.
sides. And that's real money, right? Is that real?
Yeah.
You have it.
Oh, come on.
They don't care about my magic. They just want my money. Right? No, I said, what are you afraid of? She said, well, the cashier said, what if it turns back to ones in my drawer?
Oh.
That can't
She has
happen
a
unless I
point.
snap my finger, see? And then they turn back to
Wait a
ones.
minute.
Oh my gosh.
But I wasn't going to do that, you know, because that wouldn't have been fair, so. Kind of
That's
fun
pretty good.
to see that, you know. That's some of the kinds of things that I do. I mean, that's some sleight of hand, some trickery that I wish I invented. The person who invented it, I actually met the inventor of that trick, and he was a great guy, and Richard Sanders. And anyway, he made a lot of money off that one, but it's fun to do. And some things are just pure sleight of hand, like this is kind of a sleight of hand thing where you throw the ring up and you try to catch it on your finger so that it lands like this, okay? And I'll show you. So you pull it off. It takes a little practice to do that. You take it up and just kind of like that, see?
Wow.
Well, the way it works, see, it goes from one finger to the other.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, this is, check out how heavy that is.
Your wife's not going to be very happy with you.
I lost it. I got it right. There it is. Okay.
Wow.
So I hope you liked it. You
That's
know,
awesome.
Maybe we'll have some time later for some more magic.
Well, we'll see if we do. That would be great. It's time for our 2 Grannies on the road trip. We visited Bridgewater, Massachusetts, so we could see where Dennis's town is and what's going on in Bridgewater. Take a look.
Well, welcome to Foodaholic, everybody. We have a special guest, a good friend of mine, Crispy Falconeri from Crispy's Italian Cuisine and Catering in Bridgewater. Welcome, Crispy.
Good morning to all. Good
Hey.
morning.
How you doing today, Chris?
I'm great. It's Valentine's weekend.
That's right.
It's our best weekend of the year.
That's
Can't
right.
wait.
It's got to be a smiling time as long as the weather's good, like we were talking.
Right. Well, you can come warm yourself up with a nice hot cup of minestrone soup on Friday, Saturday, or Sunday.
That's right.
Oh.
Yeah, he's got good minestrone.
Yeah.
He does. He's got a lot of good food.
And the other 5 homemade soups that I make from scratch.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I'm about to taste the world's greatest meatball. We'll see. That is delicious. It's soft and just melts in your mouth, and the sauce is really unctuous. Love it. Okay, is this the world's greatest meatball?
Good, good. One of our goals is to connect baby boomers with millennials more because we feel that the two generations can really help each other. As a baby boomer yourself, what are your thoughts about young people today?
Well, I think that young people have a lot of challenges. First of all, there's a lot of moral issues, and it's very difficult being a kid today. I mean, there's so much to choose from and so much pulling you in all these directions. But as far as career and that sort of thing, I think kids should really think a lot about college and what it means in their future. They should have goals, some idea of their goals of what they want to do and why they need college for those goals. Because I don't really believe, this is not very popular, I don't think college is for everybody. You might be very happy in having your own business or being part of a bigger business or have your own trade, some skill that you have, where you don't really need college. Because when you go to college, it used to be, now when I was, hard to believe, when I was in college age, state schools were $150 a semester.
Wow.
Yeah, it's not like that anymore. My daughter owes well over $100,000 in college tuition right now. So it's a lot of money, and I think that you have to think seriously about why you're going to school and spending all this money, because you might be paying back school for another 20 years or more. So it's a serious thing you have to consider. But if it's your passion and college is the way to that for a business, then I think, sure, that's what you should do.
Good advice. Now, you mentioned earlier when you were changing careers that you had the thought that maybe you're too old to start a business. And I think a lot of people probably think that way. So what advice do you have for baby boomers who still have dreams and goals that they want to realize?
Well, I think they have to have a plan and think of it, no matter what the passion is, that you treat it as a business. You need to have some marketing advice or some model to follow or a mentor. Maybe you know a business that's very similar or a career that's very similar to what you want to do, and I would say get familiar with that career and see what they're doing right. Because to just start from scratch and try to figure out everything all on your own without any influence around you could be a disaster, could be good, but it'll take a long time to get up to speed when you're already, if you're already doing a second career and you've already retired, you want to maximize how long it takes, to get to that point where you have a business that's thriving and profitable. So, yeah, I think treat it as a business and have some advice. Look, to who does it right and try to model after that.